couple of series, so we'll see how this pans out for them. I think Deft was kind of a tertiary carry this game, kind of like last season.
So too.
I thought Rascal and Pawn both had was never in doubt, in spite of the Draven getting a couple of kills and a cash-in the early game. The Alpaca seems sated. At worst, through spirit animals. I love all the best. Yes!
Oh, we're doing it!
We got it!
The Kog'maw to be locked in here from Deft. So much DPS potential, and yeah, you want to outrange a Vayne, that's a pretty good way to do it.
First of the season as well, I'm hyped to see. Or a Kali.
Yeah, that
will
means
be the choice.
Rise. Yeah, heading towards the mid lane, most likely. I guess Pawn is a notable Gangplank player of old. However, you're not flexing that one to the mid lane so much these days. So you can see...
But this is a tricky one.
Let's see what happens here as we get into game number 2, KT versus Kingzone.
I am a hypocrite because I am a huge fan, as you know, of Corgi Corgi.
Yes.
But
that's because it's a Corgi. You're not allowed to not like a Corgi skin.
Thank you. Really. Am I allowed to not like this skin?
Yeah, of course.
I hate it. Why couldn't he go for his adorable oven Kog'Maw?
What about the butterfly Kog'Maw?
No, I'm all about Battlecast when it comes to, of course, first Kog'Maw of the season. And do notice it is the Callista start here. You notice
the Hail of
Taste
Blades.
of Blood, Ravenous Hunter, Hail of Blades to allow you to very nice perspective on the 1,000 kills as we go top lane.
Yeah, there's the Flash Audacious charge. Rascal doesn't even eat oranges in time, but does eventually pick them up. The last poke going to come in and score will get first blood. Top side of the map.
We knew GP would be an endangered
speed.
speed.
Too much joy there as Tucson catches him. Doesn't hit him, no.
Kitty.
Oh my god, this damage. There's the flash immediately from Deft. Wants to keep himself out of the way as Cuz is in trouble. King in with the ultimate. Has to flash to get out of there, does Cuz. But the ult is going to come through yet again. Kingzone underneath their turrets. We do have the cannon barrage that has gone down, but Cuz is already dead. And King had dealt with him. There we go, Circle of Frost is huge as Score picks up the Kog'Maw. Is he going to have the passive for the kill? Looks like the answer's no. A Snowflower right underneath the turret is getting the work done. The Frozen Thralls, and Shelly's going to go in there before the minions are even gone down.
It's a 4 for 2 eventually, Atlas. The big thing there was Pawn was bot lane with no teleport. That's why KT fully committed to this. 4 for 2 though is the trade they end up with. It's not as clean as they would like, but they need to get gold going right now.
Yep, exactly right. This is going to even things out 14 minutes in, so no turret plates were picked up there by Shelly.
That's why they were so safe in their mid lane play. Ian starts to walk up. Cuz actually on a flank.
Yeah, knock up is going to come down here as Kingin going to try and get himself away. There's BDD making his way forward. Deft needs to find the right target. Good ult comes out of Tucson. His score has to go into his stopwatch very early. Pawn flashing on forward, gets the Rune Prison Zenit. He's going to go down. Kog'Maw grabs his third kill. Realm Warp to get Kingzone into the stragglers, and BDD is going to die to Rascal. Snowflower now in trouble. Kingin, it's 1 against 5 when it comes to the damage as instantly Deft cleanses out of the way. Kingin trying to get there, but Deft gives him a cheeky auto to the face, and that is a 5 for nothing.
And Atlas, with so much parity in the compositions, the fight was so likely to be execution focus, and the execution on Kingzone was levels above what KT were able to serve up. Score actually heavily misplayed in this fight. If you watch the replay, remember that Score cannot be damaged by Kog'Maw's effective range when he uses the Crescent Sweep. So we're watching for Score to leverage his early start. He walks up, and then he ults late and uses his stasis, so he's getting no value out of the Crescent Sweep, then just dies to a re-engage here. There's never any further threat onto Deft. And that just means that this Rabid Pug got to kill whoever he wanted, and Kingzone chase in for the eventual 5 kills.
And they pick up the Mountain Drake, and they now have even more control over this game. If you're looking for a tipping point, this is exactly it. No option really for KT to try and turn this around now. It's going to be really, really hard.
Oh, for sure, Atlas. The grammar police at moments like this are all over us because we're saying they get this and this and this and this. Well, we're doing it for emphasis. The grammar
ability to do Baron. And guys, I know it's not going to be a big surprise, but it's gigantic. Their Baron damage is going to be extremely fast, and that's based on basically just having a Kog'Maw. As they're going to go for it right now. Look at that, close to 4,000 damage in comparison to the 317 that the Vayne was able to do. And look at this Baron melt. The cannon barrage is there. Score's just not able to get into this pit. Cuz locks that one down. Snowflower's already basically dead just because they had to walk through the ultimate. The Crescent Sweep is going to wear off. That's That's a Prey Seeker that locks down the kill, and this could just be another ace. As you can see, Kingin just trying to desperately escape from this game.
Atlas Kog'maw did 10 times the damage of Vayne in the previous fight, and it was another one just like that. The Vayne might actually lose the game before he has 2 items.
Yeah. Might lose the game before he manages to do more than 3,000 damage himself, to be perfectly honest, because those damage numbers have not been very high. Kingzone, with Deft at the helm, looking to take down their first inhibitor turret at 23.5 minutes.
Kog'maw being at the front, he doesn't even need the peel that usually Juggernaut requires.
I can confirm that this certainly isn't a Juggernaut comp, but he might just be in the front line Zen instead. Deft picks up that kill all too easily, and KT, I think the only safe place you have is your fountain, and I'm not even sure that's safe because of the range of this pug.
Kingzone walk up, that's a short cooldown, they can return to it very shortly.
Yep, another Realm Warp comes down as Deft gets into the Frozen 2, but he's still alive, he's trying to lifesteal his way back, he finally dies, 1,000 gold goes to Kingin as they have managed to take down the raid boss, but is there enough damage left over is the answer, as Kingin, he's once again just running for the hills, he wonders whether or not he's the only man on his team. Yep, exactly right. Okay, Score looking to find his way in. Audacious Charge is going to land onto Deft. Gets a nice knock-up. Crescent Sweep is going to be in there, but look at the damage. Score is just straight up dead. He couldn't get enough work done. Tucson picks up the kill, and now Deft takes the Blast Cone to get himself over. Zenit is free hitting. Tucson is going to go down. Deft trying to get back in here, but they're not going to find it, and KT find themselves a great team fight immediately this time around. Says, no, I'm not going to forget it here. But all of KT are going to move themselves away. Yep, Realm Warp is going to be... Oh my god, the damage! Okay, the Baron's dead, guys. It didn't start dead, but it almost looked like it did.
We see
very
fade away
well there, Papa Smithy. Snowplow going to get slowed down by the Winter's Bite. Cuz looking for it. BD finds the backline. Score as well. He's going to jump onto Deft. He does go into his stopwatch here as the Crescent Sweep is going to wear off. Deft survives for a long time, but eventually does fall down. But Pawn still alive, still doing the damage as Score is in trouble. Cuz now looking to find his way in, but Zenit is kiting this one out. He's looking for the pentakill. The Quadra does come in, and Cuz is going to deny it. Does have himself the Guardian Angel. He take a lot of killing, but Zenit, have we turned it around for KT?
And have Kingzone with their Realm Warp. The Deft
Score is just waiting, biding his time to get in and try and challenge. Cannon Barrage is going to come through. That's going to guarantee the turret as BDD has to ult himself. That means that that's not going to be a tool that's available. Still slowed, has to claw to get out. Wind becomes lightning. Score is going to try and get some poke damage, but they're going to lose their last inhibitor turret. And this inhibitor is going to follow as well.
Important thing about the timing, though.
Party warp.
They want to get 2 inhibitors here minimum.
Yep, Claw is going to come in. Tucson blocks it. BDD not going to follow up. Zenit at about half health. Kingin looking for the flank. Rascal going to have to flash to get out of the way. The E is going to be avoided as Kingin not going to be able to re-engage. Kingzone still looking for it. Zenit has the ult on cooldown.
If Kingzone commit to a fight where Zenit comes in with his Rage Blade stacked, they will lose it, Atlas.
Yep, Zenit now doesn't have final hour. That's going to be very important for this next one. Barrels getting dealt with, but as is this inhibitor. Score in trouble. BDD gets exhausted, has to ult himself. Kingin has found the backline. Audacious Charge from Score gets him in there as well as Deft is able to limp away. Kingin trying to get on top of him, but it's Rascal that finishes it off. BDD in the backline. Pawn is just being ignored, and it's a double kill for the Gangplank. Kingzone, they've routed them, and Deft is barely able to survive.
They needed a team fight like that. They needed execution because this game was oh so close. Can they end the game here? They TP back from Rascal.
Yeah, well, Zenit's now trying to do it. He's trying to be that one-man army. He goes into the GA. I just think that it's too little too late. Doesn't have enough buttons left, and Deft is going to put him in the grave. This is going to be the Kingzone 2-0. KT made it interesting, but the Nexus will fall down for the 8th time in a row for Kingzone Dragon X.
And while Kingzone continue that clean win streak, they learn a story that your mom told you many moons ago. Don't play with your food. They played with their food, Atlas, and 0-3 Vayne suddenly became Headache Vayne. They popped their paracetamol, they get through the headache, but that was much closer for Kingzone than it needed to be.
Yep, I was getting that PTSD coming back from those solo queue games we were talking about in the Griffin series. That was Viper destroying people on the Vayne. This was almost Zenit with a way to get back in, but in the end, your victors will be Kingzone Dragon X 4-0 against KT Rolster in the spring season of 2019 LCK. A beautiful performance from these guys, and the